Okay, so this is really the floor where we're going to see things about patient 0130. Let's see. I may have shown this to you before, but it's patient 90. That's who it is. But we want to look at this again for the context I'm about to show you. Day 1, patient transferred for observation, malnourished, shallow breathing, avoids eye contact, agitated in presence of staff, frantic, the notion of touch. This could correlate to Eddie being bullied and maybe being very sensitive around other people, being afraid that they're going to be the next to bully him, my guess. Day 2, patient refuses solid food. Think back to that pantry poster, eating healthy foods. We're not doing that. Nasogastric forced feeding required. Serotonin antagonist administered to reduce nausea and vomiting. You remember the first time we met Eddie, he was throwing up his entire life and several previous ones into that toilet. Day 3, patient restrained for bathing and feeding. Prepare the treatment room accordingly. Progressing malnourishment, oxygen deficiency. Self-injury suspected, could not confirm. So we have set here on the table the idea that this patient may be self-harming. Here we go. Day 4, something is very wrong. And this employee has been interrupted by some kind of emergency that made them get up mid-sentence and run off to do something. And I think we're going to find out what that was. I'm pausing out here because we're about to hit some more insects. We're about to hit what happened to patient 90. It's going to be very gross. I'm interpreting it as a completed suicide. We are not sure. But we're going to talk about that. So brace yourself. Let me look on the wall real quick. No? Okay. Wonderful. Ugh. Okay. The first time I recorded this, I compared these remains to a scene in the Blair Witch Project where, spoilers for a 26-year-old movie, but Heather finds a bundle delivered to their camp, and one of the guys she's traveling with, or she's, one of her camera people, has disappeared, and she finds a bundle of something, and I think it was hair and teeth. But when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. What is this? This glistening massive. What is this? And so this reminds me a lot of that, in that you look at this and you go, what the fuck? Like, I know it's the patient's remains. I get that. But like, why are they translucent? Is this like shrimp, a rib cage? What are we looking at? I'll have a picture of this blown up for you. If you look very closely, you can't see my finger pointing. If you look closely, you can see something with a sharp corner. If you look closely, I think that's a mirror shard. It's kind of reflective. Kind of at the center. Okay, see the shadow of the flashlight center? Right there. See? And it was only the last time I played this, and I tried to get a screenshot of it to look closer, and I went, I think this patient got hold of a mirror shard, broke a mirror, maybe got a guard's key. The guard didn't miss it until it was too late, and managed to self-harm. There was no reason for concern. They didn't even know anything was wrong until the night guard reported one of his keys was missing. When they found him, it was already too late. And I don't think literally this patient was left to decay in the bed, but in terms of this sort of being a dreamscape, I think that's what's going on here. And this may have been, discovering what had happened may have been what interrupted that patient, that employee at the typewriter. Something's very wrong. Somebody had run in and said, "We've got a problem. You got to come see this." So at least we have an interpretation for that. Before that, I was just left here going, why are there translucent shrimp in this bed? I don't know. And also added the interpretation that maybe it's as if the insects consumed the body, and that's why there's so little left of it. Someone who wouldn't eat was consumed. A patient correlating to a person who eats too much was consumed.